Hello. Hey, how are you doing? So right now we're doing the weekly chat for this week. Today is the 29th of March, getting very close to April. And the 1st of April, as you may know, is April Fools. So there will be much fooling going on around the world. And I want to be honest. I do not really like April Fools much. I think a lot of April Fool's pranks are very unimaginative and they pretty much rely on gaslighting people. So, yeah, I don't like April Fools much because it's mostly down to tricking people's perceptions and making people clean up messes. So, what's going on with me lately? So I've just finished my current contract. So that means I'm out of work, which is both a good and bad thing. Good thing, I have some time. I have enough funds saved up that I can survive for a while. Bad news is I don't have steady income now. So it's going to be looking for the next job or contract for a while I'm doing all this stuff. But on the bright side, I will have more time and energy to do this stuff. So that'll be good. And I'll be able to get more of my personal projects done. Oh yeah, Duke. The simpler stuff with websites having like weird themes and stuff and sort of changing what they're about in like really obvious ways, but kind of cute ways at the same time. I think that's generally pretty harmless and not really in mean spirits at all. So those can be pretty good. So, next. Ooh, okay. So I had some articles that stood out to me today. So I will go over to my view screen. Okay, so a serious thing that's going on. COVID-19 cases are increasing lately. Now, it's gonna be hard to pinpoint a single specific reason, but my big guess is that people are going kind of lax because the vaccines are starting to go out. Yeah, I haven't read these articles beforehand. I just popped them up here to have them ready. So, more than 2 dozen states are reporting at least a 10% increase in new cases. That's not great. I do not like how that sounds. People are getting less safe. They're not really paying attention to what's going on. And oh yeah, they've opened up a lot of places. A lot of this is down to the state administrations opening things up. Like all the doors are opening and we're still not quite ready to deal with this stuff. People are still getting vaccinated. I can say in my state, the vaccines for the general public aren't rolling out until the start of next month, and that's just for scheduling. Like, I believe scheduling opens up on the 1st of April, and there's probably going to be a pretty long wait for some people, especially if they get in late. So, yeah, it hasn't been a great rollout. So, yeah, it says here restrictions have been eased. Well, health officials are urging them to keep the measures in place a little longer. So yeah, if you didn't know, I live fairly close to Boston, and Massachusetts rollout and dealing with the virus has been pretty awful. I think we were pretty close to New York as one of the top worst places dealing with it for a while. So yeah, this hasn't been great. Yeah. So when we're not really ready, we're not totally covered, the mutation has these openings to start mutating. And the more they mutate, the less effective the vaccines will be. So we're kind of constantly in an arms race with this thing. So yeah, that's the news that's kind of grim. So moving on, let's close that. Yes, people are indeed writing horny fanfic about the Suez Canal and the Ever Given. I saw this on a news feed, and I was like, I wonder what stories they're writing. You know the story by now. A massive container ship has been stuck in the Suez Canal since Tuesday, successfully blocking one of the busiest shipping routes on the planet. So, the memes have been great, but have you seen the fanfic? Oh my god, there are 27 fan works. I didn't think there would be that many. So that makes sense. They're mostly like crackfic. So that's the fanfics that are intentionally absurd. Take, for example, a fic titled XX Extra Wide Cargo Stuffs Major Shipping Lane, Delivers Huge Payload. Oh yeah, there have been lots of horny fan arts. I have encountered a few of them. Mostly having to do with the Ever Given being just a little too thick. Just a little too thick. Oh god, I have to read this excerpt. I'm so very glad, the Suez Canal said, acidly, that we're doing this live. How convenient that we have minute by minute GPS updates so the whole world can see exactly how bad your aim is. There's no need for personal attacks, the Ever Given said with forced patience. It's not like I did this on purpose. So fucking around and drawing a dick and balls in the Red Sea, that was what? Top-notch professional steering? That was foreplay. And hey, this isn't all on me, you know. It takes two to tango. It's not my fault your bulbous bow is so fucking big. Overcompensating much? Well, it's not my fault you're too outdated to handle the capacity requirements of modern shipping. A frigid silence descended. I cannot believe, the Suez Canal hissed, that you just said that. I didn't mean it. You know I had work done in 2015. You think expansion projects are easy? Baby, come on. You think I can schedule $8 billion infrastructure improvements like a day at the salon? Just because you can slap on a fresh coat of paint in a month? The story's author, who goes by the name Gal Wednesday, calls it the most cursed thing I've ever written. Sounds about right. Oh my god. That Pete Buttigieg fanfiction. So it didn't take too long to write. Other fanfics include an erotic lesbian take on the duo with the tags "What if we hugged and put a stop to 12% of the world's trade in the process?" A gay erotica with the summary "A shipping container having anal sex with the earth." And even a podfic, an audio recording of a fic called "Suez Says That She Loves You," is summary reading. Suez says that she loves you as she holds you in her tight embrace. And speaking of summaries, it's hard to resist one that describes the Ever Given as a fuckboy boat. The banks of the Suez Canal were heaving with lust and mournfulness. She allowed the passage of freight to bypass the Cape of Good Hope, but what did she have to show for it? The novelty of the water gently lapping at the walls of her soaked canal started off exciting and had her dreaming of more. But it had been 60 years of gentle lapping and foreplay. Is nice, but only if, you follow it with actual play. Nearby, in the Mediterranean, the ultimate fuckboy boat revs her motor and feels her oats, looking for someone to fuck. But then there are summaries that are rooted in longing, like this. The canal knows the Ever Given is different from the moment she appears at their mouth, waiting her turn for entry like everyone else. The first clue is her size. She's sharper than a Suez ship, larger than they're used to taking, and the thought of it makes the canal's waters shift in excitement. There's not much that interrupts the monotony of a life spent letting ships traverse back and forth, but the Ever Given promises something new. The canal starts mentally mapping out the Ever Given's dimensions, imagining exactly where she might graze their sides, where she might provide the contact the canal has been deprived of for decades now. Contact they crave with every lap of their waves, with every ship that glides through them without so much as a single glancing touch. And then there's this one, which can only be summed up in a screenshot. The Tay Bridge disaster, but it's about the Ever Given blocking the Suez Canal. By Griboslav Muhomorovich. On the 23rd of March 2021, which will be memed for a very long time, the ship the Ever Given gets stuck in the Suez Canal. William McGonagall, a fan of transportation-related disasters, rises from the dead and reveals his thought on the situation to me in a dream. Watch huge ship destroy capitalism indeed. So yeah, apparently the ship has been freed by now. I think it was a couple of hours ago, maybe. But yeah, the canal, the Ever Given, now set sail and has left the warm embrace of the Suez Canal. So now we have Lil Nas X and his Satan shoes that contain human blood. So obviously, all the religious people are freaking out about this. So let's see. So, the controversial kicks, apparently modified Nike Air Max 97s, are decorated with a pentagram pendant and a reference to Luke 10:18, a Bible verse about Satan's fall from heaven. They'll be sold for 1,018. The sneakers also contain a drop of human blood in the sole, drawn from members of the MSCHF team, the company told NBC News on Sunday. So, obviously, religious people are criticizing it, and Nike is saying, we did not design these or release them, we do not endorse them. So everyone's saying these are evil and heresy. It's a whole satanic panic around shoes. It kind of reminded me of there was this meme, I believe it was on Something Awful, about these shoes that a poster had imagined that were marketed by Hulk Hogan and had like a meat drawer in them. Like you would pull out a drawer and you could put meat in there. And apparently it like became a huge thing, and like somebody tried to recreate them and actually managed to succeed. Like they made like do it yourself shoes that had a meat compartment in them. So that was pretty great. So of course, Mischief MSCHF previously released a pair of modified Nike Air Max 97s called the Jesus shoes, which contained what it described as holy water in its sole drawn from the River Jordan. So it's sort of a companion to his latest single, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, and its accompanying music video. So he put out a YouTube video titled Little Nas X Apologizes for Satan Shoe. And he basically pranked everybody. Like, he starts speaking and then it cuts to the clip in Montero of him giving the devil a lap dance. So he's pretty much trolling all these religious people. Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Apparently Hulk Hogan was gonna get that grill before Foreman. Incredible. Yeah, and like you gotta admit this was like very intentional bait, but they fell for it. Like they ate it up, hook, line, and sinker. And he also tweeted a defense of the shoes. Y'all gotta admit, the shoes hard. You cannot sit here and lie. So I think there's an image of them up here. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know. Look pretty sweet to me. Yeah, if you look at this tweet by Pastor Mark Burns, he has all the promotional images up here. The Satan shoe. 1/666. Hmm. So yeah, those are the Satan shoes. Another satanic panic. Oh yeah, what was it? Like yeah, $1,018 for the shoes. So the reason he's kind of trolling like that is because it's sort of tied into his coming out as a gay person, I guess, and like if I had a word to guess, it's sort of intended as a big like fu to the religious people who are like doing homophobias on him. So yeah, that's the some of the interesting stuff that's going on in the world lately. I just sort of got together some of the most interesting news stories I could find. So yeah, I want to see quick close that. I want to see quick if started capturing my stream manager there because I closed the window. So yeah, that's the news I wanted to talk for today. Let's see. Did I have anything else I wanted to talk about before I move on to the game? I think that was it. I talked about my job and what's going to happen. So, yeah, I'm going to have a lot more time now. So, I will be able to work on some personal projects too, including the plugin I was working on for the latest RPG Maker. I'll be able to get back to doing that. So, if I'm going to release that, I'm going to release it under my sort of name as a VTuber, I guess. It's going to be a plugin by Noemi. And it's not going to be attached to like my last name or anything. It's just going to be based on I'm just going to be releasing stuff based on my VTuber persona, who is basically me, but with a very slight layer of anonymity there. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing with that. And now I'm going to sort of transition into doing the game. And for that, I kind of want to close the stream very briefly just to get the VODs separated so that I have the weekly chat stream here and the East stream in a separate video. I could do that by editing myself, but I'm lazy. So I'm just going to close the stream and start it up again with East the Ofenfelgana. So we're not going anywhere. And we'll be right back with the game as soon as I get it loaded. Okay, see you soon.